In this video, what we're going to go over is how you can get set up in Dripify and how you can start automating your LinkedIn outbound messaging and connection request and growing your profile automatically. So you do get a free trial for, I believe, either 7 or 14 days. But in order to get the features that we're going to be working with today, you do have to buy into a plan. So you have the basic plan, the pro plan, or the advanced plan. We here at Scaling Lean leverage the advanced plan because we do utilize the activity control, the team management, the webhook and Zapier integration, as well as A/B testing and all of these fun features that you see on the right-hand side. So go ahead and pick the plan that's best for you and we can get started. Congratulations on getting your account. Now we're going to navigate over to the dashboard and we're going to start up your first campaign. So when you first click new campaign, you're going to go over to here and hit add new campaign. So see how it says give your list a name. So do you remember in the last video when I told you to save your LinkedIn Sales Navigator search inside of Google Docs? Well, that's exactly where we're going to navigate over to. So we're going to pull this little name that we had for the link that we gathered, and we're going to post it inside of here. And I know that says this field cannot be more than 50 characters long. So typically what Jonathan and I do, we'll get the basics of everything that we pulled, put the date that you pulled the list. And that's how we're going to leave it for now is financial services plus accounting 11/19/2023. And then you see how it says down here where it says LinkedIn search, filter profiles, and LinkedIn search and paste your URL. We're going to go back over here and that is why we save the URL. We're going to copy this right here. Or if you have your LinkedIn Sales Navigator search open, you can pull it straight from the URL there as well. We're going to paste it right here. It's going to say LinkedIn profiles 2,475. Just letting you know that is the max that they allow on Dripify from what I've seen so far. If you remember that this list was about 5,000 people, it's only going to pull about 2,475 from the list. How many users do you want to add to this list? The max is 2,475. We're going to hit max and create list. So congratulations, you just added your first X many people inside of your Dripify. So you're already 1/3 the way there of creating your new sequence and having it launched. So what we're going to do now is you see that it says financial services and accounting. You see that the list was added. They're added from LinkedIn on whatever date that you created it, and you're just going to hit next. You can go back into Sales Navigator and add as many lists as you want, but what we really do suggest here is to make sure you do one campaign for one search for LinkedIn because it just keeps things very clean and it's easier to track metrics, KPIs, and numbers in a sense of, is this list working? Is this the kind of people you should be targeting? And it just helps you make the right decisions based on the outcome of each of the campaigns. So now that we're in create a sequence, I want you to go over here to custom campaigns. I know that they have like different campaigns laid out, but you're going to copy the exact campaign that we have here at Scaling Lean, which will be found below this video. So we're going to hit custom campaign right over here. We're going to hit select template and we're going to add our first action. Our first action is a view profile. So you're going to hit view profile right there. And you always want 1 day in between or 1 hour in between. So we're going to hit 1 hour right here. We're going to hit apply. And now you're going to see view profile in 1 hour and you're going to add another action. So the whole goal of this campaign at first is to just get your name inside of their notification. So the second thing we're going to do is we're going to like a post on their profile. Then 1 day after that, what we're going to do again, we're going to view their profile right here. We're going to change this to 1 hour right here, and we're going to hit apply. This is where we're going to start adding some sequencing and copy. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an action. So with these people, we're going to connect. And again, if you want the full campaign that we do here at Scaling Lean with the copy that we have, check below this video. It's all written out in templates for you so you can start your own campaigns. So what we're going to do is we're going to send an invite. And this is going to be a connection invite. So if you ever have your LinkedIn where it says X person invited you to connect, that's exactly what this action does. So just to repeat what that was, it was send an invite. You want to also include a message. So how you're going to write this out is you're going to go, hey, first name. So typically what we do is we write a message as following. LinkedIn keeps recommending you. So I had a look at your profile. Would love to add you to my network and learn more about what you do. And all you have to do here is hit save. Before I hit save though, I will want to say make sure you use the exact custom value by clicking one of these above. So as you can see, there's so many things that you can choose from. If you mess this up by any means, it will show up as percentage sign, first underscore name, percentage. And you don't want that happening because then they will know it's automated and no one will answer you. So with that said, the way that you do that, like I did before, is hey, and then you just go up here and click first name. With that said, I'm going to delete that and we're just going to hit save. So if you can see how this is broken down here, if you go to the right-hand side, it says accepted. If you go to the left-hand side, it says still not accepted. So this means someone accepted your request. What we do here when somebody accepts our request, they don't have to answer, they can answer. We typically hit them with another message within the hour of them accepting our connection request. And this is just thanking them for accepting our friend request. And again, the messaging is below this video and you can just create your own variation of the copy and put it into the messaging. So if you notice on the left-hand side, if they do not connect with you, you cannot send them a message. So what we're going to do is add an action over here, and we're just going to kind of bounce between view profile, endorse a skill, like one of their posts, just to keep your name inside of their notifications. You don't want to do like 30 notifications in one day. You want to spread it out over 1 to 2 weeks. If they are not accepting your connection request, typically, if you view someone's profile on LinkedIn or you give them a like and they don't have that much traction on their profile, they are going to navigate over to your profile and view your profile, which is data that you can leverage inside of Sales Navigator to create another engagement campaign. So when you are done building out the campaign, which it should look very similar to this campaign right here, which again is located below this video with all of the copy and all of the screenshots of what this campaign should actually look like. So in order to ensure that you can move to the next step, just make sure that you hit end sequence for each of these, and then we can move into the next step. So it's going to take you to this page right here. And what you want to do is make sure you give your campaign a name. So it's going to be the same name that we had before, which was financial services and accountants. And then you don't need to worry about any webhooks at this current time. And we do not want to add leads to the campaign if the same leads were found in other campaigns. That's the only one that we really need to check. And then we're going to hit save and launch. Then give yourself a high five because your first Dripify campaign is launched. So let's just navigate over to the dashboard real quick so you can take a look at your statistics. They have a really great way to manage the limits. So we're going to go into manage limits, and this is exactly how I want you to maximize your settings. So if you go over here to connection requests, I want you to just max out everything over here. So we're going to max out to 75 for connection requests by email. We're also going to maximize the messages per day, and we're also going to maximize the in-mails. We're not leveraging in-mail at this very time, but we will eventually down the line in the training. So when it comes to messages, I know it says 150 per day. Do not worry, we're not going to be sending 150 messages per day. Our limited activity is between 20 to 50 connections and messages per day. And that's where Dripify typically stops. And it does this so it will protect your account. So I know that we can go crazy and we can maximize all these limits, but Dripify has a way of telling how many messages have been over the limit where it's not comfortable sending anymore, etc. Also, when it comes to profile views, we're going to move that up to 300, endorsements 75, likes is 75, and followings is 75. And once again, I know that we're kind of in that 75 percentile for all of these settings. Dripify, once again, knows its limit. It knows when and how you're having too much activity on your account, and it will stop it when it sees fit. You don't have to click on anything else. These will automatically save once you update them, and you're good to go. You also want to go over to your working hours over here, and I believe all of these settings, like the limited and activity control and working hours, are only for the $99 package per month, but I could be wrong. So if you do have access to the working hours, we have it working Monday through Sunday, but we only have it working during Denver hours, which is where I live, 9 to 5 for each of the days. So you don't want the system connecting with somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning and sending a message at 4 o'clock in the morning because it doesn't look realistic. And it definitely looks like a bot. So this is going to mitigate any bot-like activities. Even if you're in there after 5 o'clock, you're able to do the setting and whatnot after 5 o'clock or before 9 a.m. But no activity inside of Dripify will be working outside of these hours. So something else that is really cool is we can look at really great statistics here in Dripify. So I'm in one of our campaigns right now, and as you see, we are not blacklisted for anything, but we can actually look at the statistics that matter for the campaigns that we are running. So right now we're not running any in-mail, so we're going to take that out. I don't really care about anything that's liked on my profile. Likes are great. They give great social proof, but they don't really matter to the conversations and the connections that we're making. I don't really care about endorsements. I don't care about invite by mail. But what I really do care about is how many messages were being sent per day. How many people viewed my profile, because it's great when people are viewing your profile. That means they're seeing the 3 to 5 posts that you're putting out per week, and they're more likely to read through the sales letter that we created in the first video of this section. You can also see what days people are most active. Monday morning through Tuesday afternoon is the most active on LinkedIn. So if we are going to put out any campaigns, typically we put them out on Sunday or Monday. So the next week is when we collect and gather the majority of the data of whether the campaign is good or not. And before you turn off a campaign, there's a couple of things that you should look for. So we typically let campaigns run for 2 weeks before we make any decisions about moving out of the campaign, changing things inside of the campaign, or turning it off completely based on the data and the feedback. And why we do this is because we understand that Dripify has limited connections and limited messaging outreach per day and per week. So the numbers that you should be looking for the acceptance rate is anywhere between 25 and 50% is an excellent acceptance rate here on LinkedIn, and the response rate anywhere between 10 and 25%. That's typically what we're seeing, and that is just for the first connection request, as well as the first message that's being sent out. So this is why it's very important to gather data inside of LinkedIn of who viewed your profile and doing re-engagement campaigns. And if you have any questions about running re-engagement campaigns here on Dripify, I would 100% walk you through it. Just come to the coaching call and you could ask how to do it, or you could drop a question inside of the Facebook community. Before your initial campaigns, what you should be looking for are the numbers I just mentioned, between 25 and 50% for acceptance rate, and then between a 10 and 25% reply rate. With that being said, that is basically the entire platform and how to leverage it. If you have any questions about going deeper or what you should be doing when it comes to creating the campaigns, crafting the copy, it is below this video, but you could also come to the coaching calls and ask. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.